Hello everybody and welcome to this first Copenhagen Airport live stream. Before we start, I just want to know if people can actually hear me. Perfect, then just let's jump right into it. So this will be the Copenhagen Airport mod. I've turned off automatic fire calls, so we'll have to do manual calls all night. Just to get you guys through the mod notification in the first time here, I just want to presentate some of the cars. We have 3 fire chiefs here on the main fire station. There are 2 crash tenders. There's the main engine. Then we have the rescue ladder.
Fahrzeug 7 hört, 3 hört.
Vehicle. That'll be the main fire station. Besides that, we have the secondary fire station or the satellite fire station, which contains the medical first responder, the crash tender, and then this mobile rescue tent, which will be used in large events. Lastly on the map, we have 3 security vehicles, and then a 4th one parked up here.
Fahrzeug 6
we can also
hört.
go into this menu, where we can call all vehicles from. Together with vehicles from outside the map, there's a local fire department. There are a ton of different ambulances. There are some medical doctors, and then we have a lot of police cars. But let's just get to it and try the first event.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende.
This first event we have here seems to be a fire call, so let's just wait for the alarm. And it seems we got a natural fire.
Fahrzeug 6 hört. Ende.
We will select the fire minor. Then we will see that these 2 cars are responding together with the security vehicle, and then some cars from the local fire department. This is the actual response script I wrote for the mod. And there isn't released a version of this modification yet. We're still in the testing phase. A lot of things doesn't work yet.
Fahrzeug 23 hört.
Are you guys able to hear the game sounds?
Fahrzeug jawohl hört.
Perfect. I did a test stream once,
Verstanden.
and there were some people having
Ende.
troubles with the in-game sounds.
Fahrzeug 17 hört. Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 23 jawohl hört. Fahrzeug 23 hört.
Was gibt's? Verstanden.
Fahrzeug 25 hört. Wird
Ende.
gemacht.
Ja? Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 26 hört.
Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs.
What we have here is the main engine, M1, together with the local fire chief.
Fahrzeug 25 hört.
And then we have the local fire department's engine.
Jawohl. Jawohl. Jawohl.
Ja? Wird ausgeführt. Wird gemacht. unterwegs.
Right now, it's not possible to apply for testing, but at some point
Ja, auf
we
dem
will
Weg.
need testers to try out this modification.
Ja, auf dem Weg. Bestätigen. Ja, bin unterwegs. Ja, bin unterwegs. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 26 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 26 hört. Ende.
Schon unterwegs. Was gibt's?
Fahrzeug 26 hört.
Kein Problem. Ja, schon unterwegs. Bin unterwegs. Ja. Auf dem Weg. Was gibt's?
A very cool script we have added for this modification is actually if you have somebody not wearing protection gear close to a fire, they will start coughing and making light. So if I place this guy right beneath the fire, there's a chance that he'll start coughing and make light. And that would be one of the things that of course doesn't work with camera for some reason. Oh, there we go. And we lost a little bit of light. That also means that if you have a fire in a building or something like that, you would have to evacuate all people in it, or else they would eventually become injured and you would have to take them by ambulance. Should I turn down the game sound? Okay, I'll do that. Did that help, or was it too much or too little?
Auf dem Weg. Ja, auf dem Weg.
I can turn it down even more if you want to. I just can't hear it myself, so I have to depend on what you guys are saying. Perfect. And I will also have to get used to the slight delay between I'm doing stuff and it actually, so that's a little hard. I'm Danish, so I speak German. That's why my game is also German. I could decide to buy the English version, but back when it released, I wanted one of the first copies, and all those were in German, so I just decided to get the German and just stick with it. And I'll try to keep all of this in English, so even if people ask questions in Danish, I'll respond in English. And of course, if anybody has any questions or anything they want to see or hear about, just let me know and I'll try to answer it the best I can. If people want to
Was
see the
gibt,
SWAT
wird
modification later, of course we can do that. I have it on my computer and it's ready to load up. But right now let's just stick to the airport mod and then we can do the other things later.
Fahrzeug
Ja,
23
wird
hört.
umgehend durchgeführt.
So, when the event you're currently working on is complete, this square over here will turn from red to green, which means that all fires are put out, people are taken care of and stuff like that. So if I press it, we'll go back to ready for call out.
Ja, alles klar. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 23 hört. Fahrzeug 25 hört. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Ende.
Wird gemacht. Schon unterwegs. Alles klar. Wird umgehend
Fahrzeug
durchgeführt.
26 hört. Ende.
The positioning tool, I've actually really been interested in that script. I always thought about doing it myself, and then some German guys did it, and now I kind of feel like if I would have to make one too, it would kind of be a rip-off, so that's why it's not included. But I've always dreamed about making one myself. Later, there will be major events like terrorist attacks or bomb threats or something like that. I have not added them yet. I've spent the last couple of days adding automatic fire alarms and then some different security events like drunk people or aggressive people. But if we look down here, this is actually one of the automatic fire alarms I've added in. So if somebody sees a fire inside the airport, they'll go over and press this button and the fire department will be alarmed. We can actually try one of those. That would be rather fun. Let's just wait until the cars are back at the station. This is the airport terminal. It is divided into 23 sectors, all with their own fire alarm system. And of course the map looks a lot like the one in the original mission with the airplane crash, with some slight modifications. There are added some runways and stuff like that. The map is not by me. I found it on Emergency Forum. I really like these details with the people running back into the seats or something like that. They're doing whatever they usually do when they're not on call. That's a detail I really like about this mod. And the icons on the top of the screen we will actually start using now, because I think it's time for an automatic fire alarm.
Ende.
And we got one there. And there we go. Automatic fire alarm. Terminal sector 3. We'll go up to the main entrance. We'll use
Fahrzeug 6 hört.
and the game crashed. Of course it did. I'll just make a quick reboot. That is one of the things about making showing modifications that aren't released yet. A lot of things just doesn't seem to work for some reason. Okay, we are back. Let's try an automatic fire alarm again.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende.
This time we got an automatic fire alarm in terminal sector 9. We'll go up to the main entrance again.
Fahrzeug 6 hört.
We'll choose automatic alarm. This will be the response for an automatic alarm. Call in the vehicles. Then we will open this map I've made up here, which shows the airport. And we will see that terminal sector 9 is this one right here in the middle. That also means that if we can find the automatic fire alarm in sector 9, which is right here, we'll see that it actually started flashing. There is a 1 in 3 chance that when you get a fire alarm that there will actually be a fire and you'll have to put it out. But that does not seem to be the case right here.
Fahrzeug 5 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Gemacht. Ende.
Was gibt's?
What we have here is the medical first responder.
Fahrzeug
It
18
carries
hört.
2 medical personnel, and they'll take care of every minor injuries in the airport and stabilize people until the
Fahrzeug
ambulance
17
arrives.
hört. Fahrzeug 23 hört.
Höre. Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 9 hört.
Höre. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 25 hört. Okay.
Danish law also states that even though it's an airport, the local fire department has to respond to all calls too.
Jawohl, 26
So
hört.
every time you get a automatic fire alarm or you get something else
Ende.
in the real world at Copenhagen Airport, you will also have to call in the local fire department.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Ende.
Here we have the ladder from the local fire department, and there should also be a tanker somewhere, but that might be a little delayed.
Fahrzeug 30 Ende. Fahrzeug 30 Ende.
And here we have the tanker. Yes, at some point I'll make it possible for the guys to switch between walking and running. I just didn't have time to add in the
Auf
script
dem
yet.
Weg.
So at the moment we'll have to do with this. But you take your captain of the truck
Höre.
and you find this fire alarm button which has been activated, and you right click it. And you'll see that the local sensor has been reset. If there was a fire in the area, this would not be possible, and you would have to extinguish the fire before you could reset it. But now the local sensor is reset. We can go over to this
Bin unterwegs.
panel right here, and we can turn off the main panel, which should allow us to clear the event. And there we go. The event is now cleared, and we are ready for the next one.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 30 hört.
Höre. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 29 Fahrzeug hört. 9 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Bin
Ende.
unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Ja, auf dem Weg. Höre. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 5 hört. Fahrzeug 25 hört.
Umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 23 hört. Fahrzeug 17 hört.
Ja, auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 18 hört. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Fahrzeug 25 hört. Fahrzeug 26 hört.
At the moment, there's no
Fahrzeug 17
special
hört.
abilities for most of the chiefs.
Ende.
But yes, it's planned that once the modification is further in the development, there will be some different aspects to them. They'll have some different commands. When they get back to the station, we can take a look at the different chiefs we have. A very nice detail I have in the mod, if I must say myself, is that if you
Fahrzeug
activate a
18
siren
hört.
and do not do anything else than just press the activate button, it'll just make a regular wheeling sound. But
Jawohl.
if you press shift while doing it, you'll get a high-low siren. and if you press Control while doing it, you'll get a yelp. I just think that's a really nice detail. You can choose your own sirens.
Fahrzeug 20 hört.
And for some reason there's a crash center up here.
Ende.
Yeah, the parking is just like every other mod in emergency. But if we take a look at the fire chiefs, we have a fire chief here called Fire Chief Airplane, and then he's called Fire. His main job will be to extinguish all fires that he encounters. So if you get a fire, he'll move up and help the fire department extinguish it. The second fire chief we have, wonder where that crash center went.
Fahrzeug 20 hört. Jawohl.
The second fire chief we have is the fire chief evac. His job will be to make sure that the people who needs to get evacuated are evacuated. He also has a special ability at the moment. He can call in an airport bus. So, for instance, if you have a plane fire and some of the people are not injured but needs to be transported away, he'll be able to call in a bus which can transport the people away.
Ende.
The plan is also that eventually all ambulances would automatically drive to him in case of larger events. I haven't added that one yet. Another thing, the last one here, is the fire chief coordination. Plan is that he'll be like the headquarter of all chiefs at the scene. So police chief, medical chief, local fire chief, and all those people will drive to him, and then they'll coordinate the job from there. Let's see if we get. We do. This might end up being a very, very long night if this keeps happening. Yeah, I'm not sure why it keeps on crashing. It will have to something I have to look into. It's most certainly something about the scripts I've made. But let's just take maybe a plane fire. And then we can just see how it goes from there. Security cars are not able to patrol the airport right now, but of course there'll be something that will be added later. I just see it as a minor thing, so it's not really on my top priorities right now. The problem is with the callout script I made. It's not the force callout. It's the thing where you make the vehicles respond. That's the problem for some reason. Airplanes landing and taking off is most certainly a thing I would really like to see, and I know it's possible to do because I've seen it in some of the missions. And since this is a missions-based script, that will be possible to make for us. but that's something that will take a lot of time to do, so we have not worked on that yet. But it's most certainly something we would really like to do.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende.
And we got a plane fire. And yep, that looks to be a plane fire.
Fahrzeug 16 hört.
We will take the airplane fire full, meaning the airplane is full of people. And there's 5 injured people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a perfect match. Let's just take another one just to be sure. And respond. A really nice detail is the red flashing lights I've added. I thought that was really cool.
Fahrzeug 20 hört. Verstanden. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 19 hört. Fahrzeug 23 hört. Okay. Fahrzeug 21 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 23 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 7 hört. Gemacht. Jawohl. Verstanden. Ende. Was gibt's? Auf dem Weg. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Fahrzeug 18 okay. Fahrzeug 22 8 hört. Was ist schon unterwegs? Auf dem Weg. Wird zum Umgehen durchgeführt. Fortschritt. Fahrzeug 8 hört. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Fahrzeug 30 hört. Fahrzeug 36 hört. Fahrzeug 40 hört. Fahrzeug 26 hört. Schon unterwegs. Wird aus. Fahrzeug 26 hört. Ende. Ja? Bin unterwegs. Wird gemacht. Ja?
Okay, aussteigen, okay, Ende. Okay.
Was willst du mit? Bin unterwegs. Ist in Arbeit. Schon unterwegs, ja?
And you see the rescue ladder here actually being in action. That was something that took a long time to actually make work. That took a lot longer than I would like to admit.
Bin unterwegs.
The airplane is registered as a building in the modification, so it's not possible to make them go in there automatically. Well, it's probably possible to make a script to make it work, but you know.
Fahrzeug Ende 31 gehört.
Schon unterwegs.
Okay. Ende.
Höre. Auf dem Weg. Ist in Arbeit. Ja? Verstanden.
Fahrzeug Ende 30 gehört. Fahrzeug 39 gehört.
Was gibt? Los geht's. Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 16 gehört.
Was gibt? Schon unterwegs. Kein Problem. Ja? Bin unterwegs. Höre. Auf dem Weg. Was gibt?
An ambulance from Frederiksberg. Oh, that would make a crash. Damn it. No, that's not possible. And actually, I'm not sure we can avoid a crash right now. No, we cannot avoid a crash.
Hört.
Maybe if we... No, I'm sorry, we'll encounter a crash again right now. Yep, we did. Okay, so it seems that the crash happens every time I try to call out vehicles a second time, which just means that we'll have to call out all vehicles we need, and then we'll just have to do with that. And then hopefully we can have a little longer playtime this time. Okay, so we'll have to be very careful about this one.
Fahrzeug 6 hört. Ende.
We will need at least one fire chief. Then we need an engine. Crash center is not that important because I'll not do any more major fires. But we will need the rescue truck, the medical first responder, all 4 security vehicles. We will need chief, engine, ladder, tanker. We'll need these 2, and we'll need a couple of ambulances from Frederiksberg since people wanted that. Then we need some more ambulances, one from Copenhagen Fire Brigade, we have some Falk ambulances, and then we have some from Frederiksberg. And then we'll just call in some police cars just to make sure, and some tow trucks. And that will be everything we have to work with until we have to reload the game again. So hopefully we can make this work. A security call out, most certainly.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 17 hört. 23 Ende hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Jawohl. Fahrzeug 17 hört.
And we got a security call out for a drunk person in terminal sector 21.
Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 24 hört. Fahrzeug Ende. Fahrzeug 38 hört. Fahrzeug 38
And I'm sure the drunk person will
Fahrzeug
just wait for
hört.
us, so let's just take care of all these
Okay.
medical vehicles responding.
Fahrzeug 35 hört. Fahrzeug 25 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 36 hört. Fahrzeug 40 hört. Fahrzeug 36 hört.
Fahrzeug 44 hört.
Okay, Ende. Fahrzeug 26 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 25 hört. Fahrzeug 35.
So here we have some of the different ambulances. This will be the older Falck ambulance model. They actually got some new one just some weeks ago. But I did not have time to add them yet, but they will be added very soon. And then this will be the Copenhagen Fire Brigade ambulance. I'm not actually sure if they have changed all of those to a different model or if there's still some of those in business.
Wird gemacht.
But here we have two different Falck ambulances.
Okay, Ende.
Fahrzeug 30 hört. Okay, Ende. Okay. Fahrzeug 24
But let's just
hört.
take care of this drunk person first. He was in sector 21, and since somebody asked about the control panels, this is a map of the airport. And we can see that the person we're searching for is in sector 21 inside the terminal, and sector 1 is over here, which means that the person will be up here.
Okay. Verstanden.
Yes, of course the send out thing will be fixed. It worked yesterday, but you know, that's just the thing when you live stream. Things just go wrong for some reason. He does not look very drunk, but he does look very aggressive, so let's just take him with us to the patrol car and send him home.
Okay. Verstanden. Ende. Okay. Ende. Okay. Okay. Jawohl.
The Danish security personnel actually does not have any different weapons like pepper spray or tasers or something like that. They actually only have their hands and then some handcuffs. So that'll also be what they have in this modification. And besides that, there's almost no police in the airport, or at least as far as I know. So all police assistance you will need will come from outside. That means that everything that happens in the airport, you have to take care of it with your limited resources until the police arrives. But I'm thinking about adding the pepper spray to police officers. There's some bugs with it, so I'm not quite sure yet.
Fahrzeug 35 hört.
Okay, so the ambulances from Frederiksberg. This is not some of their iconic ambulances. Some of the more iconic ones they have is also available in the modification, but this one I think was bought from Roskilde Fire Department some years back. So I actually also think this is the way the new Copenhagen Fire Department ambulances look like, or at least something like that. Then we have the Cool, the medical fire chief. He does not have any special abilities at the moment, but he'll probably get some very soon.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 16 hört.
Let's just try another security event and see what happens. And there will be a panic button there. So we might need some more police this time.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
Verstanden. Ende.
Fahrzeug 24 hört.
Again, you can see that it's the terminal, sector 22. So you open the map, see that sector 22 is over here. And there's a man standing yelling at some of the security personnel.
Okay, Ende.
Fahrzeug 4 hört. Fahrzeug 1 hört.
These security events tend to get kind of boring in the long run because there's not a whole lot to them. You just have to run up there and arrest the person and get back. But if somebody has some kind of suggestions how to spice it up and make it more exciting, I would really like to know how to do that, because at the moment I think they're a bit underrated maybe. Not very exciting, not very challenging. Police officers will have pepper spray, probably. I'm not quite sure yet. But most likely a pepper spray, and then they'll have a gun.
Okay. Ende. Fahrzeug 16 hört.
The different calls we have right now is rather limited. There's fire events, which just means basically every fire except plane fires outside of the terminal. Then we have the automatic fire alarms, which is all fire calls inside the terminal. Then we have aircraft events, which is currently it's just the big airplane fire with a lot of injured people. Then we have a medical event, just a person needing medical assistance, and then we have the security events. Yeah, a frisk grip could actually be rather fun to have.
Fahrzeug 16
I'm not sure I would want you to actually search all people going through the security check, but if you would have to check some people, that would be rather fun actually.
Ende.
And let's just start a minor fire here. Oh, automatic fire alarm. And it seems to actually be a fire this time. Oh, it was just a normal fire I started. Oops. I do not seem to be able to see the fire though. Oh, there are multiple fires. That's kind of weird.
Okay, Ende.
Fahrzeug 24 30 hört. Fahrzeug 26 hört. Okay, Ende. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Wird gemacht. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 23 hört. Fahrzeug 26
multiple fires
hört.
is nothing we cannot handle.
Ja? Auf dem Weg. Wird gemacht. Höre, bin unterwegs.
I think there's a decent amount of fire hydrants inside the terminal. But I've not really had a lot of fires in there yet, so I must admit I'm not really sure.
Fahrzeug 4 hört.
Could show up to be too few actually. But there seems to be a fire up here, so let's just see what happens.
Fahrzeug 23 Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Höre.
Fahrzeug 23 hört.
Auf dem Weg.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Minor fire in some bushes.
Was gibt's?
And you can also hear the coughing script I
Wird
made.
gemacht.
So all these people will actually
Yeah.
start losing health until they
Auf dem
finally
Weg.
get injured. So you might consider having to evacuate the entire area if you had this one. I did not add a call where you have people running on the runway yet, but it's on my to-do list. I'm thinking about giving some ability to the cranes,
Alles klar,
but
schon
at the
unterwegs.
moment I haven't added anything.
Höre. Verstanden. Auf dem Weg. Ja, wird gemacht.
Okay.
Wird umgehend
Ende.
durchgeführt. Ja, in Ordnung. Bestätige.
I just need to find my captain. He's right there.
Auf dem Weg.
And for the people that didn't see it before, I've added
Schon
this
unterwegs.
fire detector or push button, which activates the fire alarm. So when you have a fire alarm like we did just now, you'll have to go over and reset it before the event is cleared. No, there'll only be one call out at a time. I thought it would be more exciting with this kind of
Bin
gameplay
unterwegs.
because it would mean you would have
Ja.
the time to actually put the effort into every call and
Schon
make something out
unterwegs.
of it. I think that sometimes you kind of have to rush the calls in emergency because there's so many of
Höre.
them.
Schon unterwegs.
And since this is a specialized mod, I thought it would be more fun to just make one call at a time.
Okay. Fahrzeug kehrt zurück zur Basis.
Was ist denn Arbeit?
Fahrzeug 26 hört. Ende.
Alles klar. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 26 hört. Verstanden. Fahrzeug 30 hört.
Höre. Wird gemacht. Auf dem Weg. Was gibt's?
Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Is there something people would like to see
Fahrzeug 1
from this
hört.
modification? Something I have not shown yet, or would you
Fahrzeug
just
3
like me
hört.
to do some more calls?
Ende.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Ende.
We can also try one of my other modifications. I have some pretty good one, if I must say myself. I have the SWAT modification, which is like special weapons and tactics, where you play as a SWAT unit in the Netherlands. And then I have Agerskov mod, which is kind of a Danish part-time fire department style mod, which I've also been working a lot on. I did not make an airplane crash yet, so unfortunately I
Fahrzeug
cannot
17
show that.
hört. Ende.
I'm just loading up the SWAT mode right now, or Specials Operations, or AT mod. This mod actually has quite a lot of names. To do with Copenhagen mod, I would say probably not. I would not put my money on it, but you know, if I for some reason got a new map, which looks like Copenhagen, there's a huge chance it would actually get released eventually. And before we get a call in this modification, I would just like to apologize for the alarm sound that you'll get in just a couple of seconds. But you know what I mean when you hear it. Okay, so here we have the mod. You basically have this SWAT department area, and currently we just have these 2 vehicles, and then we have 4 officers. But you have the ability to buy in more personnel and more vehicles. And this is supposed to be based on a prize system where every time you clear an event, you'll get some kind of prize. But that hasn't been added yet.
Fahrzeug 3 hört, 2 hört.
But this one expected suspect, 0 expected hostages, so we can just do this one with these 4 officers.
Fahrzeug 2 hört.
See, there's a little button to put on and take away the blue light on the top of the car. We can turn on the light. We can turn on the lights in the grill. And we can respond.
Fahrzeug 3 hört.
And there we have our 2 vehicles going. This modification is built up a little bit like a Vigbear mod, for those who have tried that. So now when I've sent away my vehicles, I can just press this button up here and I'll go directly to the event. Yes, I know it's called Arrestee Team or something like that in Dutch. That's why it's also called the AT mod.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört.
Okay, so we have the suspect over here, and then we have our 2 vehicles. At the moment we do not really have any special equipment, but we do have shields and MP5s. Of course, both of those are from LA mod. And we do not actually have shields. They are on the equipment vehicle, which we didn't buy yet.
Fahrzeug 3 hört.
This guy should be rather easy to arrest. And we can aim at people. I thought that was a really
Fahrzeug
cool
3
detail I made.
hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Zurück zur Basis. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Ende.
Okay, so let's try to buy some more expensive and nicer equipment. Yes, special tactics would most certainly be something I would like to add to this mod. But it's still in the early stages. So we just added an equipment van, which has MP5, shield, axes, fire extinguishers, medikits, flash grenades, chainsaws, and so on. And we can also add a dog unit. And then we can buy a canine officer, together with 2 rescue officers. And we can just do this event right here, which is some armed robbers trying to hide near an accident site. And we will just send all of
Fahrzeug
these.
2 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 4 hört. Fahrzeug 5 hört.
Yes, that would be a very, very nice script if I could just aim at them and they would go to the ground. That's on the list of stuff I would really like to add to this mod. The rescue officers are like a comparison between a police officer and a firefighter, I would say. It is police officers and they have the same abilities, but they also carry the ability to extinguish fires and they have a medic bag, stuff like that, so they can also do first aid, stuff like that. And here we have the site.
Wird gemacht.
This box up here in the top right is actually based off a real model that they use in most of the Netherlands by now.
Jawohl, hört. Fahrzeug 4
And all the functions are also the
Fahrzeug
same,
3
so I
hört.
can, you know, kind of turn off the light here and then I can turn on the orange light. It should have an orange light. Or maybe not. Maybe this one does.
Fahrzeug 2 hört.
This is a very bad example.
Fahrzeug 4 hört.
No, this does not seem to work for some reason. That's a
Fahrzeug
shame.
hört. Fahrzeug Aussteigen bestätigt.
Go officer, get your dog.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 4 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
And we can ask the dog to follow him. And the dog will follow him around everywhere he goes. And you can see that these rescue officers has a medical bag, they have an axe, they have a fire extinguisher. And now we also have the shields, because we bought the right car. Oh yeah, this is a really, really cool thing, I totally forgot about that. The commander, the chief of the operation, has the ability to call in backup. So let's say you need transport for prisoners, or you need an ambulance, or fire department, a patrol, or a police chief. All these things you can call in with a push of a button. And let's just try to call that in, just to see what happens. And I'm not sure that the blue thing happens. Let's just try. No, I'm not sure why the orange light doesn't work. We did some different. Oh, it's already there. We did some different testing with Swat around a lot of models, so they might have got lost in the way. Which is kind of a shame, I must say. It was a really nice feature. But we have our officers here. And we should go look for the people. And for this modification, I've made the walk and run script. So if you hold down shift while clicking, they'll start running. Well, now I kind of made the script so I know where the people are hiding, but you know. And this poor dog just doesn't have the agility to just follow along. It's a shame. We should get some dogs in better shapes though. Let's just make him chase the person here and arrest it. Oh, that's a good thing. And the dog should get him down eventually, but he does not seem to care. I'm just gonna film him. Whoops, there we go. That was kind of an accident. Whoops.
Fahrzeug 18 hört.
But at
Ende.
least we got one of them.
Fahrzeug 19 verstanden. Fahrzeug 19 hört.
Okay, this one has green lights.
Ende.
Oh, are they yellow? No, they're green. They're definitely green.
Ja, schon unterwegs.
And they do not have any commands. Perfect. Damn it. Yes, this is another thing about modifications that aren't complete yet. I don't have anything to do with that. I cannot do anything about this guy who is injured, I think. Which means I cannot go on with the mod. Which means we are kind of screwed right now. Maybe the fire department can take care of him. Actually, I just think we need to move him out of this area, and then the script should be able to complete. So just see if the fire department can take care of him.
Ende.
Since we choose
Fahrzeug
who we
19
call,
hört.
there'll not
Ende.
be much to randomize. I mean, we could do different types of ambulances and different types of fire trucks, but there will not be
Fahrzeug
much
5
fun in it,
hört.
I think.
Fahrzeug 4
So,
hört.
I'm
Ende.
not sure.
Fahrzeug 20 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 20 hört.
A helicopter would be so awesome for this mod, and it would fit right in. I really love to do something like what they did in US Army mod, when you can make like a tactical drop where you just
Fahrzeug 20
come in
gemacht.
with the helicopter and just drop off 4 officers, and then the helicopter flies away.
Was
That would
gibt's?
be really,
Wird
really awesome to do in
umgehend
this mod.
durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 18 hört.
Was gibt's? Schon unterwegs. Auf dem Weg.
It worked. I'm not sure about how the police officers' caps look like. I'm making the mod together with some people from the Netherlands, so it's kind of those guys who decide what happens with the mod. I'm just kind of making all the scripts. I just want to show you guys that it's actually possible to arrest people with the dog.
Fahrzeug 2
And you do
hört.
not always have to shoot them.
Fahrzeug 3 hört.
So let's just send these guys out. At the moment, I think there are 10 or 12 different callouts, which come in randomly. But we need some more callouts. We most certainly need some more callouts. It gets kind of boring.
Verstanden. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Aussteigen bestätigt.
Go get him.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Ende.
Yes, we can start playing Copenhagen mod.
Fahrzeug
if you
3
want to.
hört.
Either that or Agerskov. I just wanted to show that it's actually possible to take down people with the dog. So it's kind of a way to not have to shoot them, and they will actually lose life. So if they do not cooperate with the dog, it will start biting them, and they will lose life. And yes, it's a nice thing you don't have to wait the 5 minutes for the police to show up. Oh, would people like to see Agerskov mod or Copenhagen mod? Yeah, the thing about the map is that I've been working for Copenhagen mod in a long time. I mean, like, a lot of years I've been working on this mod. And the guy I made it with stopped playing Emergency, basically, which is kind of a shame, and I did not want to continue making the modification alone. I kind of lost interest in it. And then it just became bigger and bigger, and a lot of more and more things that had to be completed before I could release it. And then eventually I just kind of said, this has to be it. I do not want to work anymore on this modification. For example, I would have to remake the entire callout script. No, event script, sorry. Okay, so all the events in there would have to be remade, and that has to be done manually, and that would take a lot of time. I wouldn't say it had a lot of bugs, but there are certainly some bugs in it, um, which I just don't think it's good enough. It has to be better before I want to release it. Copenhagen mod is a really big mod, so it takes quite a long time to load up. That's why we're waiting right now. I am loading up 1.2, which means we will have the multi-use vehicles, for instance. I don't think they were added in 1.1. I think they included those vehicles after I released 1.1. Usually in Denmark we have 5+1 in a fire engine, which will be, the one will be the fire captain, and then he'll have 5 people beneath him. But Copenhagen decided to take 2 of those people out of the fire engine, and then put them on a multi-use vehicle, and then have them drive behind it. This one, the multi-use vehicle, and then it would be able to take care of other events like, let's say, fire alarms, water damage, stuff like that. And then you would still have 3 people to be on the engine, and then this one would of course back it up. This is the new map, the new fire station for Copenhagen mod. I actually don't think people have played a lot with this. I was at the fire station seeing it one day and took a lot of pictures, and I tried to make it look as realistic as possible. I even added these fire call boxes. And the setup is also similar to what they have in the real world. We have the main fire trucks down here. Oh, we got a person caught steering.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
We got the regular fire trucks over here and 1 ambulance. Then we have this special department, or specialtjenesten as they call it in Copenhagen, which contains of these 3 vehicles, and they take care of special operations like accidents and people drowning and stuff like that, major fires. And then we have some emergency doctors too.
Fahrzeug 31 hört.
P2B2, vi har fået melding om en mistænkt person er på vej for at stoppe.
This version of the mod is not public. At least not at the minute. The skins for the police officers is made by Shady Lasser, the guy who created Odense mod, which hasn't been released. Okay, this is actually the thing I really want to show about Copenhagen. This is the car park, this is all the different police cars you are able to have, but it's actually possible to customize all of it. So if I say switch police car, then I want, let's say, a civilian police car, and I want this type, and I can just change all of my police vehicles to that specific type. So I can just say this one right here should be that police car, and I could say I really like that car, but it should have the new markings. There we go. Oh, this one should have new markings and new lights. It should be that one. And it's actually possible for you to customize the entire police car park, and that is something I think is really awesome, because it really allows you to play it the way you want it. Game volume 1 second. Yeah, of course things get public. I released, I think, 5 different mods by now. And the airport mod will also be released soon together with the Agerskov mod. And this one is actually also released, just not in this newest version I'm showing right here. It's released in an older version.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
And we got an apartment fire up here. So we go back to the main menu. We say call multiple. This is a fire level. This will be a fire level 2, I think. Call it out, and then it automatically dispatches the vehicles you'll need. Oh, we would actually like to see the call out down here. That's actually also really exciting. Yeah, sorry, I paused just to take care of the sounds. And please notice the flashing lights up here. That's actually made like the real vehicles. This one being the engine, the ladder, I think. This one flashing means fire chief, and this one means the pump, smoke pump, this one. But I'm not quite sure about that.
Fahrzeug 10 hört. Jawohl. Aussteigen bestätigt.
Okay, I should actually turn to the game screen. I'm sorry about that. I totally forgot. I'm still new to this. But you should be able to see now. I'm sorry about that.
Ja?
Fahrzeug 13 hört. Fahrzeug 17 hört.
Ja? Verstanden. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 13 hört.
Ja?
Fahrzeug 17 hört. Bestätigt.
Was gibt's? Wird ausgeführt. Bin unterwegs. Was gibt's?
Fahrzeug 41 hört. Fahrzeug 8 hört. Verstanden.
Ja, bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 8 hört. Fahrzeug 41 hört.
And then we just got another call for a
Fahrzeug
shoplifter.
1 hört.
So we just send a police car down there, and then we will send another one, actually 2 up here. And we might need another engine up here as well, so let's just take entire Christianshavn and dispatch it over here.
Höre. Höre, unterwegs gemacht. Was schon unterwegs?
Let's just see if we can get this fire before it spreads. I'm afraid it's not possible anymore. Oh, well, maybe it is.
Fahrzeug 31 hört.
Was geht unterwegs? Bin unterwegs. Höre. Auf dem Weg.
And there you see the bug with the pepper spray, and that's why I did not use it, because now this guy's stuck forever.
Ja?
It
Yeah.
defaults before the arrest script. That's why I took it out of London
Fahrzeug
multiplayer
1
mod.
hört.
It's a bit buggy, to say the
Ende.
least.
Aussteigen 39
Fahrzeug 41 hört.
Höre.
So this is
Jawohl,
kind of weird.
Roger. Zu Befehl.
There we go.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
And let's get a Frederiksberg car in, since somebody requested that earlier.
Ende.
Fahrzeug 21 für Aussteigen bestätigt.
Höre. Ist in Arbeit. Ja?
Fahrzeug 43 hört. Fahrzeug 42 hört. Okay.
Höre. Auf dem Weg. Bin unterwegs. Ja, auf dem Weg. Wird gemacht.
Fahrzeug 43 hört. Fahrzeug 42 hört. Gemacht. Fahrzeug 1 hört.
And since we'll start working on the highway, I'll just call in a rescue truck with a rescue sign. Maybe it's not actually necessary. Maybe we can take care of the fire without
Was
going on the
gibt's auf
highway.
dem Weg?
That would be preferred.
Fahrzeug 46 jawohl hört. Wird gemacht. Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 45 hört.
Fahrzeug 21 hört.
Schon unterwegs. Umgehend durch. Was gibt's?
Oh yeah, I'll spawn a
Fahrzeug
road accident
21
after this, and
Was
we can
gibt's?
see the sign trailer there.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 45 hört.
Well, this is actually the third mod I'm playing today, so I would say I'm playing quite a lot of different mods.
Was gibt's? Wird ausgeführt.
Fahrzeug 41 Fahrzeug 40 hört. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Fahrzeug 10 hört.
Auf dem
Ende.
Weg.
Ende. Fahrzeug 12 hört.
Höre wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 10 hört. Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 17 hört.
Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 17 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 44 hört.
Fahrzeug 39 hört.
Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 43 Fahrzeug hört. 42 hört.
Oh yeah, this is a new one. This is actually kind of exciting for me.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
This is chemicals village. We have this truck over here which is leading out chemicals. This is one of the newly created scripts I made. So let's just make a chemical accident call out and then just see what happens.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
We still have to call in ambulances manually though, which is kind of a shame.
Ende. Fahrzeug 40 hört. Okay. Ende. Fahrzeug 8 hört. Fahrzeug 40 hört. Ende.
Fahrzeug 21
Fahrzeug
hört.
8 hört. Wird gemacht. Ende. Fahrzeug 40 hört.
Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 10 hört.
And this is what happens in
Ja,
this mod
bin unterwegs.
nowadays with the new script.
Sofort.
Fahrzeug
People
12
that gets
hört.
too close to this truck will actually get contaminated, and as you see, they'll actually get injured quite fast.
Ende. Bestätigt.
Wird gemacht. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 1, Fahrzeug 8 hört.
Ja?
So let's just get some guys in
Yeah.
chemical suits and let's
Fahrzeug
start
beide
taking care of
hört.
this. We get the tent right there.
Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs.
At first we want to identify the leak, so let's just go in and identify it.
Ja,
Ah,
auf
no
dem
one
Weg.
gets it close to my aid.
Wird umgehend durchgeführt. Bin unterwegs. Sofort.
Okay, so this is unit number 1170. It's flammable, it's ethanol. Everybody within 50 meters should wear protection gear, and everybody in full contact should wear CPH gear. Stop the leak, secure the spillets. If ammonia cloud, apply water immediately. And there is an ammonia cloud, so we will have to apply that immediately.
Wird gemacht.
And of course, that guy gets injured.
Ja? Auf dem Weg. Ja? Was gibt's? Höre im Weg. Ist in Arbeit.
And this is actually an authentic medical tent, contamination tent we use in Denmark.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 50
And here we have the hazmat truck from Copenhagen Airport. No, not the airport, just the regular
Bin unterwegs.
fire department.
Was gibt's?
I'm not sure why it's not possible for us to put water on this village, but it seems it's not possible, but it looks like we have stopped this village at least.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
Was gibt's? Auf dem Weg. In Ordnung.
Fahrzeug 1 Ende.
Was schon unterwegs? Wird gemacht.
Fahrzeug 49 hört. Fahrzeug 10 hört. Fahrzeug 50 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 13 hört.
Höre. Bin unterwegs. Ist in Arbeit. Ja? Ja? Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Aussteigen bestätigt.
Ja? Bin unterwegs. Höre. Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug
Ja.
1. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Fahrzeug 3. Okay.
Ja?
Ende. Fahrzeug 3. Ende. Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
Ja? Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 48 hört. Fahrzeug 19 hört. Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 8 Ende.
Höre. Alles klar.
First of all, I'm BMA, not oh yeah, the pump. Of course, I didn't use the pump. I'm sorry.
Wird umgehend
Yeah,
durch
you're totally right. That's the thing. I need to activate the pump before it works.
Ende.
Ja, auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 21 hört.
Fahrzeug 3. Fahrzeug 12 hört.
I'm not actually sure if it's too late now, or if I can
Jawohl.
still use it.
Fahrzeug 3 gemacht.
I think it's too late.
Fahrzeug kehrt zurück zur Basis. Fahrzeug 12 Aussteigen hört. Bestätigt.
Ja. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 3.
Wird gemacht. Wird ausgeführt. Wird umgehend
Yeah,
Ende.
it's too late. Oh my god. So that happened.
Fahrzeug Ende hört.
Okay.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
That is something I did not see coming. So we just make this a fire level 2. Oops, wait, there's one.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 3.
Sofort, kein Problem.
Fahrzeug 3. Fahrzeug kehrt zurück zur Basis. Hört.
And we also have a road accident. See, this is the thing I'm talking about emergency getting just, you know, a little bit too crowded.
Alles klar.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 8 Ende. 12 hört.
Too many events at once.
Ja? Bin
Fahrzeug
unterwegs.
12 hört. Wird gemacht. Fahrzeug 10 hört.
Fahrzeug 21 hört.
Fahrzeug 1 Ende. Fahrzeug 46 ja Ende. Fahrzeug 1 hört. Fahrzeug 46 hört.
And we got another crash. For once today. Well, since it crashed, what does people want to see now? Should I play the Copenhagen Airport again, or should I load up Copenhagen again, or what do people want to see? Yeah, I can. Agerskov. Oh, Aarhus mod, that's also a good one. Let's just try with this volunteer one first, and then we can see what we want to do after that. But Aarhus is a good one, and so is the Copenhagen Airport again. Well, since it's kind of is the thing I was going to show you guys. I'm sorry, no, I cannot play Roma mod. I do not have it installed. And also, I think that the cars in it is amazing. I really love the cars, but there's just not enough scripts, and I'm kind of a script guy. Okay, so this is Agerskov mod. This is my newest shot of a
Es
modification.
wurde eine
And
Nahrungsmittelvergiftung
we
gemacht.
start with a medical call out, so we can just send an ambulance down there. Okay, so this modification is based around 4 fire stations. We have this main one up here, with 3 fire trucks, some technical
Fahrzeug 5 hört.
vehicles, and then we have an ambulance,
Fahrzeug 2
which is
hört.
actually the new type they have here in Denmark. Then there's the secondary station, which is down here, which has an engine and a tanker. There's the third station, which just has a tank engine,
Fahrzeug 3
and then there's the last one, which is also just a tank engine.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
We have the fire chief right here. He actually drives between his own house and the fire station. So every day when the gameplay hits 8 AM, he'll drive to the fire station, and then when it hits 4 PM, he will go back to his normal house. Just like he would in a normal city. And the same goes for first responder.
Fahrzeug 18
He will
hört.
also travel between his own house and the fire station, depending on the time of day. And this Swat is actually almost ready to be released. There's just a few more bugs I need to take care of.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Verstanden.
For instance, the firefighters cannot go home from the station when they're called yet.
Gemacht.
Which is kind of a bug, I would say.
Ja, auf dem Weg.
I would think it's an issue. And this is also an issue that you cannot get to this person. Let's see if we can pick her up. Yes, we can.
Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Okay, so what makes this mod really cool, if you ask me, is that
Fahrzeug 2 hört.
now I send this ambulance off to the emergency room with this patient,
Ende.
and it just drives off and it goes off the map. And that means you have no ambulances available on the map. You have the possibility of calling in these 4 down here, but there's a really long responding time for those, so you'll have to use the first responder to stabilize patients until the ambulance gets back. Just like you would in a normal small community. And I just think that's a really awesome feature.
Eine Person
Yes,
hatte
this
einen
mod is still
Schlaganfall.
VIP,
Sofort
and
behandeln
it's
und
actually close to
abtransportieren.
being released. There's really no bugs left anymore. And see, now we got another medical call, but our ambulance is already busy. So we will have to call in the first responder, and then we will have to call an ambulance from outside the map. And there he goes. He comes running to his first responder truck. Yes, the ambulance, which we're currently sending off the map, will stay out of the map for 1 minute, I think, before it returns, and that's not a long time compared to real standards, but when you play emergency, 1 minute without an ambulance is a really long time. Yeah, all scripts will be in English when you get them. And here we have the first responder,
Fahrzeug 18
almost at the
hört.
scene.
Ende.
Höre, ist in
And you
Arbeit.
see, the ambulance that we called in together with the first responder is not even on the map yet. So it might take a while before he arrives. And now we can hear it. And here we go.
Fahrzeug 21 Ende.
Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs. Was gibt's?
And if you want to enjoy this new model Mercedes Sprinter ambulance we have here in Denmark, this is the one that drives in 3 of the 5 different regions in Denmark right now. You will see this ambulance right here.
Fahrzeug 18 Fahrzeug 21 hört.
Es wurde ein Brandausbruch gemeldet.
And we got a
Ursache
fire.
unbekannt. Löschen Sie die Brände.
And that will mean we have to call in the fire department.
Fahrzeug 17
course.
hört.
We will send out the engine, the tanker, and then we will call in the fire chief. And you will hear the pages starting right now in the background. These pages will only sound when you push this button here or call in the first time. The second button here are just for telling what car should respond. But let's just look at how this goes. And then he should run up to the gate and open it. And this might cause some problems right now. No, it didn't. Okay. We also have the fire chief up here responding. And our main ambulance is back.
Fahrzeug C hört. Ende.
Höre.
Fahrzeug 11 jawohl. Ende.
Was gibt's? Verstanden. Wird gemacht. Höre. Bin unterwegs. Höre.
Fahrzeug 12 hört.
Höre. Schon unterwegs. Höre. Wird ausgeführt. Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug Ende hört.
Wird gemacht. Ja, wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 11 hört. Fahrzeug 7 hört. Ende.
This mod? Yes, this mod will be released very soon. Together with the airport modification. That is also pretty close to being released. Well, it depends on how much I want to add to it.
Medizinischer Notfall. Eine
Course,
Person ist
but
gestürzt
I
und
might
hat
end up
sich leicht
releasing it
verletzt.
soon
Versorgung
and then
und
maybe
abtransportieren.
make a 1.1 version with some more stuff added.
Fahrzeug 16 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Okay. Ende.
Höre. Bin unterwegs. Ist in Arbeit. Ja, auf dem Weg. Ja, schon unterwegs. Schon unterwegs. Höre.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 14
I would actually like to
hört.
show the tech car too. I thought that was a really awesome one.
Fahrzeug 4 hört. Ende.
I thought this was a pretty cool car.
Fahrzeug 4 hört.
I was thinking about making like call-outs where you have people with problems with their cars, and you have to send out this guy to fix the cars, and then if it isn't possible, you have to call in
Fahrzeug
the tow
6
trucks
hört.
to pick them up.
Ende.
Höre.
That would be a really awesome feature if you ask me.
Wird umgehend
Fahrzeug 4
durchgeführt.
hört. Ende.
Medizinischer Notfall. Eine Person steht unter Schock. Versorgen und abtransportieren.
This might end up being a problem because she is inside the building.
Fahrzeug
So that
14
means it's
hört.
actually a rescue mission. So we'll send in the fire chief, the rescue, so the first responder. Then we will call in the rescue ladder, and from station 3 we will call in the part-time fire department. And let's just enjoy this. You can see some of the part-time firefighters running to the station right now. I kind of like the feature where the first guy runs up to the gate here and opens it.
Fahrzeug 19 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 19 hört. 20 hört. Fahrzeug 7 hört. Okay. Ende. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Ende.
Ja?
Fahrzeug 13 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
And this is the local police car.
Ende.
Of course, it's possible to call in some other police cars from outside the map, but this will be the only one on the map.
Fahrzeug 13 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 10 hört. Gemacht. Ende. Fahrzeug 37 hört. Ende.
Was gibt's?
Fahrzeug 37 hört. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Ende.
Ja? Auf dem Weg. Schon unterwegs.
I really love the way this ladder works. I just think it looks awesome.
Was gibt's? Auf dem Weg.
That's kind of weird.
Sofort. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 37 hört.
Höre.
Fahrzeug 37 hört. Fahrzeug 36 hört.
Ja, bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 36 hört. Ende.
Ja?
Yeah, this is a really nice one. I really like it.
37 hört.
Classic Falk fire truck
Ja,
ladder.
bin unterwegs.
Actually, we can just cheat the game. No?
Höre.
Achtung,
Los geht's.
ein Brandausbruch wurde gemeldet. Wahrscheinlich
We
durch
got a
eine
fire in here.
weggeworfene
Of
Zigarette
course we do.
ausgelöst. Löschen Sie die
We
Brände.
will call assistance from this station to
Fahrzeug
take care of that.
15 hört. Ende.
Ja, bin unterwegs. Ist in Arbeit. Höre. Ist okay.
Yeah, I saw the lightning glitch. I must have forgotten to
Fahrzeug
remove one of the light
37
objects.
hört. Ende.
This might end up being a problem actually.
Fahrzeug
If we cannot reach her.
37 hört.
Yeah, that thing right there.
Okay.
Eh? No? Just no? Not happening? Okay.
Was gibt's? Schon unterwegs.
Well, I think we're getting closer at least. Yeah, almost. We're kind of there. Are we there? Yeah.
Höre,
We
bin
made it.
unterwegs. Wird umgehend durchgeführt. Bin unterwegs. Ja? Bin unterwegs.
And these guys needs to get into the fire
Höre,
truck.
bin unterwegs.
Or else we will have a problem.
Wird umgehend durchgeführt. Höre sofort. Was gibt? Schon unterwegs. Ja. Höre, los geht's. Ja, schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Okay. Ende.
Höre. Verstanden. Wird gemacht. Auf dem Weg.
We should not be able to do that, but well. Oh, well, where are you going? Stay here. Okay.
Ja? Bin unterwegs. Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs.
Verstanden. Ende. Fahrzeug 37 hört. Fahrzeug
Höre, auf dem
42
Weg.
hört.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 36
Achtung,
hört.
Verkehrsunfall.
Ende.
Versorgen Sie alle Opfer und
And we just
transportieren
seem
Sie
to
sie
get
ab.
one call
Auch
after
die
another.
Fahrzeugwracks.
Ja, schon unterwegs. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 7 hört. Fahrzeug 7 hört.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 18 Fahrzeug hört. 7 hört. Okay. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Okay. Fahrzeug 42 hört. Fahrzeug 13 hört.
Yeah, they actually do. Thank you for asking. I totally forgot about that.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
Well, they do not really serve any purpose because they do not really do anything, but you know, it looks really nice.
Höre, bin unterwegs. Ist
Really
in
nice
Arbeit.
feature if you ask me.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
Was gibt? Alles klar. Auf dem Weg. Auf dem Weg. Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug 11 hört. Fahrzeug 7 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört.
Was gibt's? Ja,
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 12 hört.
höre. Auf dem Weg. Jawohl.
Fahrzeug 14 hört. Ende.
Höre.
And before anybody starts asking, yes, I will add the Spineball script. I just didn't have the time to do it yet.
Bin unterwegs. Höre.
Because that is an awesome
Alles klar.
feature. I
Auf dem
really
Weg.
love it.
Höre.
Fahrzeug 11
Well,
hört.
kind of made the script too.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Ende.
Höre. Wird umgehend
Fahrzeug 1
durchgeführt.
hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 11 hört.
Ja, schon unterwegs.
Making the arrows work, I'm not sure what I should make them do. The only thing you can do in emergency is just make the cars turn around, and I just think that looks kind of silly. I know it's in Los Angeles mod, but
Fahrzeug 6
you know,
hört.
I'm just not that thrilled
Fahrzeug
about it.
6 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 5 Fahrzeug 6 hört.
Ja,
Fahrzeug 6 hört. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Fahrzeug 6 hört. Fahrzeug 5 ja hört. Fahrzeug 6 hört.
Eine Person hatte einen Schlaganfall. Sofort behandeln und
Fahrzeug
abtransportieren.
18 hört. Fahrzeug 6 hört. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Wird gemacht. Ende. Fahrzeug 20 hört.
I wonder where these guys are going.
höre.
Oh, it's the... Oh, damn it. Yeah. For some reason, the ladder just doesn't seem to want to park when I play online. When I play single player, normally it works fine, but when I do a live stream, it just doesn't want to go home. It just goes randomly.
Jawohl.
I have no clue why.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Fahrzeug 11 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Das wird umgehend
Fahrzeug
durchgeführt.
7 hört. Fahrzeug 11 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört. Fahrzeug 18 hört.
Höre auf dem Weg. Ist in Arbeit.
Fahrzeug 42 Jawohl. Hört. Wird gemacht. Ende.
Oh yeah, the helicopter. That would be an awesome feature to add too. Most certainly something I would really like to add later. Because this is the kind of mod where you would actually use it in Denmark. So that is most certainly something I would like to add.
Fahrzeug 2 Fahrzeug 2 hört.
There's just the thing with emergency big fire trucks and small roads.
Fahrzeug 43 hört. Fahrzeug 43 hört. Okay. Fahrzeug 42 hört. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 42 hört.
Ah, I see the problem.
Fahrzeug 15 hört. Hört. Ende. Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 6 hört. Okay. Verstanden. Fahrzeug 42 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
Ja? Bin unterwegs. Wird umgehend durchgeführt. Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 43 hört. Jawohl. Fahrzeug 2 hört. Fahrzeug 6 hört. Fahrzeug 5 gemacht. Fahrzeug 11 hört.
Höre. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 6 hört. Ende.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 11 hört. Jawohl. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Wird gemacht.
So the traffic situation in this mod seems to be rather off.
Fahrzeug 3 hört. Okay. Ende. Fahrzeug 43
Was
hört.
gibt's?
Es wurde ein Brandausbruch gemeldet. Ursache unbekannt. Löschen Sie die Brände.
Höre. Auf dem Weg. Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
And we got this fire. This is
Fahrzeug
a rather
14
large
hört.
one.
Ende.
So I will say we will call in the local pump engine. We will call in the fire chief, the engine, the tanker. Then we will send in
Fahrzeug 3
this
hört.
police car
Verstanden.
and also the ladder down here.
Fahrzeug 42 hört. Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Fahrzeug 13 hört. Ende.
Ja? Verstanden. Wird gemacht, ja? Bin unterwegs. Bin unterwegs. Ja? Verstanden.
Yeah, these cars are just not
Was
gonna
liegt auf dem Weg?
cut it. We
Fahrzeug
will need
13
some more
hört.
cars.
Fahrzeug 7 hört. Fahrzeug 3 hört.
First, we
gemacht.
need the police to block off this road.
Ende.
Was gibt's? Wird umgehend
Fahrzeug
durchgeführt.
7 hört. Fahrzeug 14 hört. Fahrzeug 5 hört. Fahrzeug 8 hört. Fahrzeug 8 hört.
Ja? Wird umgehend durchgeführt.
Fahrzeug Fahrzeug 42. Jawohl, hört. Ende.
Höre. Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 8 hört. Wird gemacht. Fahrzeug 9 hört. Fahrzeug 9 Ende.
Hört.
Fahrzeug 9
Durchgeführt.
hört. Fahrzeug 9 Ende.
Bin unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 9 hört.
Okay, so we might actually be in real trouble this time. This fire is getting huge, like
Fahrzeug
seriously
2
huge.
hört.
We will have to call in everything for this one.
Was gibt's?
Fahrzeug 15 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 17 hört. Fahrzeug 8 hört. Verstanden.
Höre. Wird aus.
Fahrzeug 9 hört.
Was gibt's? Kein Problem. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 8 hört. Ende.
Was gibt's? Weg.
Fahrzeug 9 hört. Ende.
Ja. Wird aus. Kein Problem. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
What happened to the move command in this vehicle?
Höre. Auf dem Weg. Höre. Auf dem Weg. Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 2 hört. Jawohl. Ende. Fahrzeug 11 verstanden. Fahrzeug 19 hört. Fahrzeug 20 hört. Fahrzeug 11 hört.
Höre. Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 11 hört.
Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 11 hört. Okay, Ende. Fahrzeug 12 hört. Ende. Fahrzeug 11 hört.
Höre. Wird aus. Kein Problem. Was gibt's? Weg. Wird gemacht. Was gibt's? Auf dem Weg.
It looks like we actually almost have this fire right now. I don't think there's any way I can spread anymore. So now I just need to take it out.
Fahrzeug 12 hört. Ende.
Ja, schon unterwegs. Alles klar.
And some police assistance, that's just what I need.
Verstanden.
The last thing in the ambulance menu is the emergency doctor. He is actually on the way down here now.
Ende.
And I'll show him when he gets here.
Fahrzeug 43 hört. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Jawohl. Ende.
Was gibt's? Schon unterwegs.
Fahrzeug 44 hört. Ende.
I've also made the new Danish police cars. This will be the Volkswagen Passat, which most of them drive right now, with the new lights down here. Looks really awesome if you ask me. And we actually have the emergency doctor right there.
Fahrzeug 46 hört.
Ja, auf dem Weg. Verstanden. Ja,
Fahrzeug 18 hört.
this will be the last thing in the call menu for the ambulances. It's the doctor.
Fahrzeug 46 hört. Fahrzeug 44 hört. Fahrzeug 18 hört. Wird gemacht. Verstanden. Wird gemacht. Ende.
Was schon unterwegs? Auf dem Weg? Wird gemacht.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
The last car I've called in that hasn't appeared yet is actually the
Fahrzeug
police
20
chief.
hört. Ende 19 hört.
I'm not sure where he is right now. Hopefully he'll come so I can show him off.
Was gibt ihn unterwegs?
Fahrzeug 48
And there we
hört.
have the police chief.
Jawohl. Fahrzeug bestätigt hört.
Höre auf dem Weg. Was gibt's? Bin unterwegs.
No, not for this modification. Since you only have 5 ambulances, more than 5 injured people would be kind of unfair to do, so I'll stick to smaller accidents, stuff like that.
Brandausbruch durch unsachgemäßes Zünden eines Feuerwerkskörpers. Löschen Sie die Brände.
Bestätige. Ja, alles klar. Schon unterwegs. Bestätige.
Fahrzeug 1 hört.
Bestätige. Auf dem Weg.
Fahrzeug 1 hört. Ende.
Okay, I think this will be it for tonight. I think it's been a really fun night. I've been playing a lot. I'm glad to hear some of you guys' input on what you think about my modifications and what you would like to see me add later on. I'll try to remember all of it. Hopefully I do. I will sign off now, and then hopefully we'll be able to have another live stream later. That would be really fun to do.